Alright. Let's go, everybody. We have a 3-man professional Protoss archon, Harstem, Maxpax, and Mana in the top left. And they are going to take on the man that is trying to 1v3 them, Clem. Now, obviously, they only have the same in-game resources as a normal single player. Clem's one of the fastest, best players in the world. And let's remember, guys, a lot of people think Terran's super OP. Problem, when you've got 3 Protoss players at the top level working together, it is going to be absolutely so hard to catch them off guard with, say, a Widowmine drop, to catch them not looking at their stalkers in the middle of the map. And it really does feel like when we watch pro PvT, I think the Protoss players, it's often their inability to watch everything at once and micromanage all the fancy units that leads to these hard situations that they get into, right? Because it's always the moment when you're like, oh, you're trying to defend a Widowmine drop and your Stalker's at the front and something else. So if Harstem, Mana, and Maxpax can split their duties up, I think they can dismantle Clem and make him look really bad. And for me, part of the whole joy here in this best of 3 is, can Clem even make it competitive? Like, just playing Maxpax alone is very difficult. Now with Harstem and Mana helping him, it's of course going to be super duper hard. But if he can make it competitive, I'm really curious to see what he can do. What is he going to play? Does he play a bit differently? Does he skip on Widowmine drops? Does he try to go straight to more of a one-directional push where it's more about not as many multitasking opportunities? I don't know. I also don't know if Clem is capable of changing his style enough to really be adequate against 3 people at once. We will occasionally be tabbing out, by the way, so we can listen in on the Discord. We're going to do our first little moment of just listening to them just for a second here.
One job, Mana. Can't believe it.
Do we make
the team?
Do we make double adept or do we make a adept stalker? What do you think?
Double adept.
I think double adept, yeah.
Do I get the first adept? You got the
Sure.
scout after all.
Okay,
Sure.
you control it. Kill this.
Got the adept.
Kill this.
I'll take it.
There's a reasonable expectation here that you're putting. What is this? There's no way this guy's gonna win. Do we have a chrono on the second adept?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Oh, okay, I could have.
Good to hear that the boys are already in good spirits there, guys. I have a big smile on my face listening to that. Obviously, just had to have my mic muted while they're in there so we're not talking over each other and so I don't distract them or anything like that. Sneaky Reaper tries to hide in the corner of the main. He's going to get a scout on the Twilight, but he won't get any damage as they are handling that just fine. I like a bit of banter coming in. Harstem's already giving it a nice chill attitude between the players there. And they were already planning, 2 adepts. You take this. I think Mana, I believe, had this adept here. And I think Maxpax is the macro daddy right now. I believe Maxpax is the strongest player of the 3. They have assigned as the kind of build order overseer type player, the leader, the one who has the most important job. But I do wonder if they switch that at one point to maybe like Maxpax controlling the big armies and Harstem managing the macro. I know Mana has kind of just been like, hey guys, like, you just give me some Blink Stalkers or something to micro. Let me micro or something is what he was saying before the game. So I can't wait to see how this pans out. This should be really, really fun. It is going to be a single Widowmine drop for Clem, which I think is totally fine because that can occupy one player and keep them really busy. But you don't want to commit too hard to it, right? You want to just kind of pin resources with minimal commitments. Because it's a Twilight opening, I would have loved to see a Raven as well. But a single medevac's not too bad an idea. Marines are coming out. They do damage those adepts. And you lose a bit of hit points on one Marine. No big deal at all. Tech Lab goes down on the starport, so it looks like it will be a Raven in the follow-up. This was, I believe, a 3-gate blink. No, it is a 4-gate blink. And I think Maxpax is like, hey, yeah, guys, like, of course we do 4-gate blink. Because, if we can defend the Widowmine drop with someone alone and then someone else micros the 4-gate blink, heck yeah. Now that's going to be interesting though, because I do feel you need a lot of coordination to switch between full-on aggression and full-on defense. And it's really hard to coordinate that. I really wonder like what they're going to be doing in that regard. I've got Dot on standby, by the way. She's listening to them the whole time. So if she wants to pipe in and be like, oh, he's doing this, he's doing that the whole time, I definitely want her to like let me know like, oh, it's actually Mana, doing this or that. And she'll give us a heads up if there's any drama in the voice call. Oh, she wants us to go now.
Should go attack.
Okay. I'll get the 2 stalkers then. He's going in. He's going in with the Widowmine.
Yeah, you macro and
Yeah, that's
split.
right.
I'll control these.
Very nice.
Okay. So Widowmine in the main as well.
Do you want more stalkers or Nexus is okay? I guess more stalkers.
Okay, make
first.
Nexus.
Okay.
Who control these adepts?
No one.
Control these stalkers, Mr.
Well, someone shaded them on top of the bunkers.
Which stalkers? The low ground?
Yes.
I get low ground.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Can you see my ping?
No, I didn't see it.
All right, already very hectic. You can see Harstem's controlling the Stalkers on the low ground. Maxpax, I believe, gave the high ground to Mana. I'm not quite sure, though. It kind of sounded like Maxpax was microing and macroing at the same time. And that does sound like something a young, 18-year-old or so pro player who's used to doing everything at once might try to do in Archon mode. But I don't know if that's the best way to do it when you've got 3 players. I really feel like one player macro, one player micro is one set of units, one player micro is another, and you don't want to be shifting that responsibility too much. Medevac does get out for Clem. Clem is fighting like a beast right now, but this 4-gate blink harass is very annoying. Usually in Archon mode, the rule is all about unit preservation. Don't throw units away, preserve them to prolong the situations as much as possible. And you know what? Only 3 Stalkers, 2 Adepts, not too bad. On the other hand, look at the Terran economy. It's equal with the Protoss right now. Yes, the 3rd's up, and it will be growing. Charge, Colossus tech coming in. The question for me is, can Clem get an attack going when there's only 1 Colossus? If he can, it's going to be really hard for the Protoss. On the other hand, look at that. Stalker intercepts the Raven. Nicely done there. Really well done. We've got 3 barracks to factory in the starport there. 3rd command center is building as well. And we've got more gateways coming up. How many gateways is that? 8 gateways. Yeah, it definitely feels like the Protoss team is in the lead. That being said, 3rd command center has started now. It means there's not as much pressure on Clem to just go, go, go. And I think that's ideal because you've got so many Protoss players scouting you, keeping an eye on what's going on. It's going to be difficult. If the Raven can deal with the observers, that'll be nice, man. Watching these Protoss move like that makes me nervous. Watching this from the Terran perspective, you're like, geez, 720 APM. I forgot that in Archon mode it combines everyone's APM. This is insane. And now someone else has an Archon drop to themselves. Oh my god, he's going to flank from the right. Clem, watch out, watch out, watch out. Beautiful reaction there by Clem. Doesn't get hit at all. I can dance all day, I can dance all day. And I'm still getting headshots, and I'm still getting headshots because my name's FPS Clem, bitches. Clem, an absolute monster in this matchup, guys. You can give him 3 Protoss players, but he's got good attention. Oh, watch out, watch out. Good stim on those Marines to chase away that drop, but man, they're being so dangerous with the Warp Prism speed. This is so scary. The Colossus, force fields and Colossus on the front, and a big ball from the flank. Massive, massive hit.
You have this too.
Okay,
we need a
gotcha.
4th.
When's my next... my next Colossus coming out? Do we have enough for... We don't have a super battery available. That is
Who
pissing
used
me
that?
off.
No attack yet. Swap in.
Oh shit, I lost the disruptor.
I think we lost.
You think
I
we
come
lost?
with you attack too soon. I like this.
But
Hey,
we're winning.
who's using F2? I can see that.
No
F2.
one. I'm using this main army.
I'm not using F2. Yeah, I got the Warp Prism 4 Zealots.
This is
I
an
got the
uber
counter
win.
Come on, kill it.
There's a counterattack.
Disorganization going on in their team. I think we have lost. You attacked too early, says MaxPax. But actually, I think cleaning up those tanks was massive for the Protoss side. Clem is in the dumps right now, guys. He really needs damage right now. There's a 4th base going up. If he doesn't find a good fight, this is looking so good for the Protoss team. But they're not used to understanding the context of what's going on when there's 2 other players controlling things. So if they start losing a fight, they think, oh, this is bad. They don't realize the other 2 players are multi-pronging like mad. The Disruptor drop was amazing early. This Zealot drop is being so annoying. Give Mana a Warp Prism and a set of units. He might actually be the best asset to any Protoss Archon I've ever seen. I guarantee you this is him with the Prism drop, and it was him with the Widowmine Disruptor drop before. That Disruptor, he dropped the Disruptor when it didn't have a shot, dragged a Widowmine shot early onto the siege tanks, and then picked it up and got out. Yes, he redropped it and lost it right after, but he is so annoying with this Warp Prism, and a Viking is being built. Clem is realizing you need a Viking. You cannot let Mana hang out in your backdoor with a Warp Prism, because Mana might not be the most super, like, well-rounded macro god, but by golly, has he always been one of the best micro players. He's a monster, and he's been looking very good recently. Warp Prism coming in with 2 Zealots there, does fly out that left side. Clem's got a 3rd up, but he's down 14 workers, and he doesn't have a lot of progression, and the problem is, the tools like the Speed Prism Disruptor drop, the Speed Prism Zealot drop are so effective. I love listening to, like, to the way they were organizing things. And like, I also love that they thought they'd lost for a moment there, because they definitely had not. After that disruptor shot landed, I don't think they realized.
We need it. We have none.
I don't know what you're saying.
Okay.
Maybe.
Does it big disruptor
Surely
shot?
we need it.
Okay, let's get a fourth base. I think we should get
they have
another robotics
We have
facility.
a fourth.
I have that on the way. Don't worry, buddy.
Okay, I got the
Okay,
disruptor.
I'm gonna
flying in
send
again.
more zealots towards the bottom side here.
I honestly think we should be more aggressive.
With what? Our main army?
Yeah.
Gotcha. We'll move out. I'll control main army.
Okay, I'll control this
I got the prism.
nonsense army.
Oh, some freeze.
Maxpax is going to control the nonsense army on the left. Harstem's got this main army on the right. And of course, Mana has a warp prism. I love every time they're divvying up the units. Mana's just like, give me the warp prism. Give me the disruptor drop. Give me one thing to ask. He is living his happiest life right now. I guarantee you there is a part of Mana that is like a Dota TI world champion. The man is so happy at controlling that stuff. Oh, the disruptor shot does derp in a little bit. This is Maxpax's giant zealot run by. It is slaying them right now. And we are seeing the power of 3 players versus 1. It's funny. You know, I think some players are like, oh, are they really going to be able to do that much Clem so fast? But you can see the way they're able to micro 3 places at once with some really annoying things. And Clem does have to tap out a really successful game 1.
Like, I can't believe Clem is so bad. What the hell? So this is how winning feels like, huh?
Right, guys. Down here at the bottom right side of the map, we've got Harstem, Maxpax, and Mana. The 3-man Archon looking pretty unstoppable in that last game. And I honestly really feel part of it was because Mana is a monster on the micro front, and he's really happy to just micro one unit as if it's a base trade. I feel like we got to see Mana, after kind of making a big mistake in a macro game, falling behind and then playing a god tier base trade.
And usually I see you do something aggressive, like a robotic facility first or something, and then I see you execute it.
I agree.
Quite horrific, and then I see you lose 8 probes to a Widowmine Bob.
Only 8?
That's a good day for Mana.
and then,
Hello,
then you
Arena
try
Scouting?
to do, and then you try to do some damage with the prism. And,
That's right.
yeah,
That's how my games look. You've been watching closely. I like this.
yeah.
Okay,
And-
someone takes the scout. I don't care.
Okay.
Maxi, you're the king
Should
of
I
the scout.
scout Mr.
Yeah,
Show me how to scout.
Amazing. So that all came off the back of Mana asking Maxpax, "Hey man, have you watched many of my games? What do you think of my macro?" And Maxpax was like, "Yeah, normally you try and attack with some units and then they just die, and then you try to do a warp prism harass and you lose 8 probes to a Widowmine." It's like Maxpax is great. All right, so we're gonna see some Pro Scout comes up. Just a double gas opening for Clem, looking for a nice control and momentum with that. And it's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out. I really do feel that, like, yeah, it's kind of funny. I almost feel like if I gave like 3 Maxpax type players on one team, I think they'd have more trouble. Whereas like you give them a specialist micro player like Mana, and he's like so good. He just fits into his role as like, give me a small unit set to micro. I will keep them alive. I will annoy the crap out of my opponent. It's all like flexible, reactive, in-your-face micro, lots of good unit retention. And making sure he can just prolong extending and dragging out his opponent's attention as much as possible. Unfortunately, that's really bad for Clem, guys. That is very bad. Losing his Reaper.
They might as well just leave the game at this point.
How's
So
this?
he's gonna play 6 Marine, 1 Mine Drop.
You didn't saturate the gas. That's
That's ridiculous.
Somebody
Come on, get
talk
together,
to it.
Mana. Yeah, sure.
Somebody keeps building probes and I get triggered.
I don't build anything. The only thing I'm doing is
Okay.
I sometimes select them. So but I don't build probes.
Are you sure it's a good idea to make an Oracle against
Sure.
Yeah. Oracle into
There's
Phoenix. This is gonna be it.
Yeah, Oracle Phoenix.
Do we
Okay.
shade? Okay, I'm gonna shade forward with this, I think. Do we?
Yeah, it doesn't
I don't know.
matter. Well, it could be cars actually. It could be
Yeah,
card.
but
He
he's gonna
sometimes
make-
does the
he's-
3 Hellion drop.
He's gonna make no, I go.
Cyclone. Oh.
Cyclone.
Oh, he's gonna kill this thing. Get a battery here, maybe?
All right, guys, that was awesome to hear. Harstem was convinced it would be a 6 Marine 1 mine drop, but they went into an Oracle, and now it's against the Cyclone opening, so that's not ideal. However, Clem doesn't know it's a Stargate, so his Cyclone could be caught in the wrong spot on the map. He's actually doing a double Cyclone into a Viking. Ooh, so 6 Marine drop with a Cyclone, a second Cyclone and a Viking, which I think the Cyclone, if he leaves it at home, would be amazing. But if he doesn't, that Viking is not going to be on time. Ooh, Cyclone's popping at almost the perfect time, but it's already driven out of the base, and then the Oracle flies in, and that is unfortunate for Clem. He's already at the front as well, so he's not really looking up there. Oh no, he's going to rely on the starport. He's taking so many SCV losses. Phoenix does pick up his Cyclone, but battery's going to go down, and there's not much firepower here, just 2 Stalkers. Oh, good micro on the Cyclone. The probes are there. They're going to take the lock on, but no, of course Clem micros it because he's a god tier gamer. At the same time, his SCVs have been put back to mining in the midst of this. Oh, you're kidding me. Both Stalkers deep in the red. Both Stalkers deep in the red. Dude, oh, the Archon micro. He does lose 7 probes, but those Stalkers surviving was legendary. If they weren't alive, damn, that would have been different. You know, Clem's just like, seriously? Oh, man. He's like, if I was versus just one of these guys, these fights would be so good for me. At the end of the day, though, units lost tab is dead even. I mean, Clem really plays such good, confident StarCraft, but second and third barracks is massively delayed, and it kind of feels like he's 100% committed to just doing another push, yet with first Immortal popping out, that ain't going to work. Viking does get caught out of position, but unable to jump on it. The Viking and the Cyclone going to trap, though. Ooh, and he's got more Vikings. These units could cut off the retreat. They absolutely could, but he pulled them home. Bit of a bummer he didn't go up to the edge and maybe get one of those Phoenix. Would have been a nice catch. Third Nexus will go down here for the Harstem crew. And I imagine those Phoenix are probably going to be controlled by Mana, but we'll see how it goes. Robo Bay's on the way. Extra probes are being built. Let's get back into the voice.
Roll defense then.
Yes, big army.
Oh, he's still all at home or what?
Yeah,
Pop in. Oh,
like 2 Vikings. I guess it's 3 CZ. Yeah.
third
I'm
gas?
thinking it.
Okay, he's definitely going to be teching out of this then.
Maybe
Let me
move
go on
across
this
the
up
map with this. No, don't make
Disruptor?
This.
They're freaking out right now, guys. They're very confused because this is a late third command center for Clem, and they figured out, okay, he has gases, he is transitioning, but you can tell they were very unsure because that is crazy. 4 Vikings, a Cyclone, 3 tanks. I think 2 Immortals and batteries will be more than enough to handle this, unfortunately, for Clem. That Cyclone! Oh, losing the Cyclone is unfortunate. It was one of his best poking units. Siege tank takes a shot as well. Okay, so he's going to have to siege back very far, but he really can't get much with this. Clem feels very desperate in this scenario, and I love that they're intercepting reinforcements with the Phoenix. Something you don't see often enough, but with Immortals on the front and even the Disruptor, as Maxpax said, build a Disruptor. That's so good against this sort of push. And the Phoenix is going to take out the Vikings, the Marines, and a siege tank on the rally. Clem is in the doo-doo right now. He's going to have to get his hands dirty. He's going to have to paddle knee-deep in that doo-doo. Disruptor comes forward, clips the tank. Tank pulls back. Oh, no. Another siege tank? Okay, that one does get dropped. Vikings go after the Reddit point Phoenix. He gets it and pulls back the Viking. Clem with that Clem micro. Not showing any clemency to the Phoenix of the Protoss player. Unfortunately for him, Twilight's on the way. There'll be a Forge behind that. Colossus production will be starting in the near future. The reason he didn't go Colossus before is because he knew there was a lot of Vikings. 6 Vikings, 3 tanks, 12 unupgraded Marines. Finally, the barracks numbers 4 and 5 are going down. Tech labs are getting up, but he needs stim. He needs the 1-1 upgrades. Clem is trying to kind of macro up in a big way. He's got a lot of Marines guarding. If the Vikings, they can catch the Phoenix, that could really help him out. They're very out of position right now. If those Immortals get on top of the tanks, they just pinged the tanks. They're thinking about going in there. If they can drop a double ball on those siege tanks, they're going to break it. The Phoenix pull the Vikings to the back. The double ball ambush coming up the front. Oh no, they're about to drop trousers. And they do the 2-shot right there. They drop trow, turn around, and turn that frown upside down.
He has like 2 Vikings left. Not sure if that's a good number.
Go make some archons as well.
I need to go back.
Brutal, just dropping the balls there. Clem is like, yeah, okay. And it's kind of funny because I do feel like, who would I want to be playing here in the Terran shoes? I'm like, is it TY? Is it Maru? Could they do any better? It's just so hard when you're playing 3 Protoss players like this. This is an unfair challenge. Clem isn't really meant to win. And he's actually doing surprisingly well at keeping these games close. But we're seeing the advantage there.
Okay, just Archon Zealot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a Warp Prism as well.
We don't want to make it too complicated.
We have 6 hands.
Clem can't see the Phoenix on the high ground. And that is giving way too much vision advantage. 4th base is on the way. 80 probes, 2nd forge, Colossus upgrades, all the good stuff. And you know what, guys? It is looking like this Protoss Archon is solid, man. They are really good at divvying up their skills. They're playing very, very well. And it really feels like Clem is in the struggle street with keeping up. It's one of these things as well. I think what I've really not been talking about, but I should have been more, the impact psychologically of your opponent always being ready for you. You don't realize as a pro player till you're thrown in an Archon mode match like this, how much you rely on forcing your opponent's attention into various places to make plays work, especially in TVP. So in this scenario, you can't do that. You kind of, it's dawning on you as you play, oh, I can't make you look elsewhere because there's 3 of you. Like that thing I rely on to make everything work, I can't do that. And it kind of disrupts you from your normal rhythm of what you're doing. That can start impacting your confidence and really start to hurt you. Zealots do notice a double drop on the south, and the Phoenix immediately route down there to deal with it. There's no way you're going to have all 3 players miss this. Oh, no.
Okay, it's a win. It's a W.
Nice, nice, nice. Got it.
Nobody can
Middle of the map,
solve this disruptor.
disruptors.
It's okay. Okay, I get the main army. I'm giving all my zealots to whatever is over here.
What
You
is
go
these
take
probes doing? What is this?
I think somebody transferred it. I don't know who that was.
No,
Probably
it's
me.
not me. Unlikely that was me.
It can only be one.
You?
No.
It's fine, it's fine. It was me. It was me.
We shouldn't try to point fingers because we both know who it was anyway.
We are talking to.
Amazing gaming. Love the humor coming in from Harstem the whole way. Maxpax and, you know, quite serious but very good commander of the Archon, I would say. While Harstem brings in the humor, Mana brings in a big smile and a whole lot of slick micro. Clem is microing his heart out right now, trying to hang on. He has been down in the dumps for so long in this game, but he fought hard.
So good. Yeah, see? I told you, it's all about the scouts. In the very
W.
first minutes of the game.
Yeah.
Big W.
All right, guys. We're going into another match. And the Archon of Protoss up here has said, we just destroyed Clem. We 2-0'd him. It wasn't even close. And you know what? I said, okay, Clem can veto a unit. And I was like, how about the Disruptor? And he said, I don't know if that's enough. Like, 3 people controlling. This is crazy. And then Harstem said, yeah, let him do the Zealot. He can do the... Actually, Mana suggested it. And then was like, oh no, he's actually going to do the Zealot. What have I done? Harstem said, you know what? Doesn't matter. You can take the Zealot and the Disruptor out, and I still think we'll win. And I was like, guys, Zealot's pretty big. Like, especially with Clem knowing you can't build Zealots and Disruptors, that's pretty massive. Like, the Glaive Adept does not really cut it as that mid-tier unit. So I almost feel like you have to open Blink. Actually, you could play... What do you guys think about playing 2 Stargate Phoenix Colossus with, like, Phoenix range? Like, the old school, like, Colossus Skytoss style. That could be... Clem used to suck against that back in the day. Remember when Clem lost to... what was the Cannon Rusher's name? King Cobra? King Cobra beat him with the Macro Nexus Skytoss build. That was pretty funny.
The room don't speak. They usually listen, you know? Just keep that in mind while I'm, you know, showing off my builds here.
Okay. Delay it for like 9 seconds.
It's huge.
What?
The CC.
9 seconds?
Nice.
Oh, okay, we'll win
Yeah.
that.
Okay, we'll win from the smallest thing. I love it. I love pro player discourse, guys. Good stuff. Warp Gate starts, as well as an Adept on the way. Looks like they're not going to be going Stargate. So they're not allowed to build Zealots. I do wonder, yeah, are you going to play Blink Stalker and then just basically go, are you going to use Glaive Adepts in here to mix in? Are you just going to play a lot heavier on the tech units from earlier on? Play pure Stalkers? Because Stalker Disruptor is not bad, but you can't build Disruptors either. So this is going to be really interesting. You could also do Archon still. So you can still do like Colossus Phoenix Archon, chat suggesting.
Hello!
It's okay, I have the second Adept.
Make another
Micro
Adept.
versus the Reaper.
This has been pure chaos so far, guys. I am not
This is what happens
appreciating
when I
it.
don't control units. You guys suck.
Yeah, I shouldn't control the Adept.
Hello, I want this Reaper gun. I'm gonna build a third base.
Okay. Coming to help you.
Is this possible?
Please.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Kill the SCV.
It's fine. That's what you get for trying to cover the third base.
Can't see what's happening. Kill it!
Oh my god. 1
I saw
HP.
that. You misclicked.
That's on me. That's on me. That's on me. I could have.
All right, Clem's starting out micro all three of them at once right now. Just knowing there's no Zealots and Disruptors, he's playing confidently. They did get an SCV, but he got 2 probes, man. Reaper sees this super quick third as well. Harstem obviously wants to play a very greedy third base. They're signaling it. You could see Harstem was saying it's all disorganization. Maxpax was kind of like apologetically like, sorry, I shouldn't control the Adept since I'm macroing. You guys are meant to be microing. So I think what happened here is Maxpax kind of overstepped his role. And then the player who was meant to be controlling the Adept was like, oh, I guess you've got this. And then Maxpax stopped microing it, thinking, oh, whoops, I shouldn't have done that. But they didn't know he'd handed it back. We see a bit of a communication breakdown in the Protoss Archon. Phoenix are building, and it is going to get lifted there. Oracle comes in, but he's got a Cyclone ready. Clem's got a 2 barrack set up with a 3rd one building. Phoenix does drop the Reaper, but the Adept Shade will come in. Oh, 1 hit point from getting another probe. Nonetheless, good scouting. He knows it's Adepts into Phoenix. A Forge and a Twilight will go down. And I can't wait to see what they've got in store next. Oracle skirting around the edges of the main. Cyclone moved out, but the Marine's in nearby. Oh, he's going to grab the SCV on the depot. Second one on the minerals. Nicely done. Good play there. Very good micro, no doubt. That's a Mana Oracle if I've ever seen one, guys. But it is on the edge of the map, so yeah. You can see they were signaling like, dude, Cyclone could trap that. Get that out of there, man. Phoenix still scouting at the front. So 1 player scouts the front and 1 micros the Oracle in the main. Cyclone still has not gotten rid of that Oracle. These buildings kind of trapping it behind there. But I love the Marine shove. That's a lot of Marines. It's a 2-1-1, guys. It's the Cyclone 2-1-1. It's like one of my favorite TVT build orders. And Phoenix are not very good against that. And you're going to be going Phoenix into Glaive Adepts. There's 7 Adepts, though. Oh, enough Adepts and Phoenix will be good against this, but you've got to sync it up. It's going to be hard. Who the hell's going to control it?
I got the Adepts. I got the Adepts. I'm not committing, not committing, not committing.
Okay, we need some vision on this. Mana, go build pylons over here. I can't be bothered to look at
Coming.
it.
Coming.
I sent a probe there.
All right, they managed to reestablish control. They're putting some pylons on the right side of the map to cover the minimap. And I like the pullback for Clem. He sees a lot of Adepts, a lot of Phoenix, and he says, yeah, I don't want any of that. Widow Mine's on the way. Very good against Adepts, very good against Phoenix. +1 Adepts, 2-shot Marines. They 2-shot SCVs. Oh, that would have been scary. Oh, they grabbed 2 Widow Mines out of the ground. I don't even know if those Widow Mines were burrowed. They definitely were meant to be. Clem has got his hands full. These Protoss players are really showing that there is so much you can possibly do. And I think it's really good because I really hope as well, as much as I've been joking about balance at the start of today's show, people look at this, the ones who are, oh no, he catches a full dropship, so bad for them. So bad for Clem.
Want to make a 1-buy with them.
Sure. There's a Widow Mine.
Yeah.
2 Widow Mines burrowed, watch out.
Yeah. There's also one here. Maybe you can.
All right, guys, looks like I really feel this is a scary situation because these units are so microable. And look at how greedy they're being behind this. 15 Adepts, 6 Phoenix, which is a pretty good force. But now they're going like Colossus Bay, 4 more gateways, all this stuff. And Clem is going to start to shove forward. but he's got to get there before the Colossus are out. He needs to basically, if I were him, I'd pull SCVs probably 30 seconds from now. And I say if I was him, I mean like if I had map hacks and I was him and I could see everything I can see right now. It's hard for him to make that call, but if he can make the decision to pull the SCVs, I don't think Adept Phoenix is going to deal with this.
No need
Oh, you guys are doing such a good job. It's like watching Einstein, except in StarCraft.
Okay. I'm taking the entire army instead of Phoenixes. Do we have Colossus?
The first one is on the way. I mean, it's gonna take a while. You have a lot of dudes.
See it? Widowmice are gonna be problematic.
They most definitely are.
to. Be careful.
Oh, sorry.
Oh!
Yeah, I lost it.
That's okay. That was me.
That's it.
Are we going or what? Oh, sure.
Being
I'm not sure about this.
We have a Colossus
engage.
almost done. There's really
Okay,
no
go
need
back,
for
back,
us
back,
to.
back.
Why are we fighting here? Why there's no battery here?
Why would I have a battery there? I thought we were gonna give up this base because he's on 2 base.
We don't give up
Okay.
bases.
Yeah, I was just buying time for the Colossus.
I love MaxPax there. We don't give up bases. It's absolutely the right call to give the base up, like Harstem said. But I like MaxPax is just Riley, like, we don't give up bases. Are you guys cowards? Oh, giant YOLO! The Widow Mines do a lot of damage, but Clem with a great idea to pick up. He killed all of the Phoenix there. There's nothing that shoots up. He's going to drop on the store because they do focus down a medevac that had a lot of units inside. The Marauders can chase that Colossus off. It has to go back to the low ground. He's going to have to pick up and boost out of here, but he's going to clean up a few Adepts first. And if he gets a Colossus, that'd be a very juicy pick-off. Lovely micro by Clem, guys. The lack of Zealots and Disruptors is really hurting Adepts. You can see what happens is when they don't have the Shade available, you can just basically kick their butt. Fighting with Probes not going to work against that, especially with the Widowmine there. He redrops the main. Clem with great multitasking. There's just no air control, and that's really starting to hurt. Those Widowmines get some big juicy shots off. Drop rotates there. Drop rotates back to the low ground. He could just find a few long-distance probes. Perhaps time to get out here for Clem. He's got a 3rd orbital making. He's got workers on that base, but he's looking for more damage. He just has to be careful about not forcing it too much. Gets a battery on the front. He's been picking off probes. There are some Adepts going for a run, but there's a drop over there. The problem is when you're on the defense like this, it's very hard to split up your duties. Who's microing what? Who's microing where?
Be nice. I have a Void Ray on the way to clear the medevac.
I thought there'd be a lot more chaos than that when I swapped to their voice chat. What can I say, guys? This is a really hectic moment. But you can tell the players are kind of like, okay, our mouths can't even work fast enough. Just figure it out. I'm doing this, you're doing that. And just kind of, okay, you got that. And people are kind of looking for moments or areas where there's a bit of inattention and doing what they can. And they just did some really good counterattack damage. They killed a lot of SCVs, 26 SCVs total versus 22 probe losses. The problem, of course, is that Clem's supply is still very big and juicy. If he can get some Vikings up, that would be amazing. He's going to go Ghost Academy for now. He's only on 1-1. He's going to go +2 attack and a 2nd engineering bay. Few Adepts, probes, pylons on the right side of the map. They aren't really going to spot this army coming up, though, and that's another free cancel on the 4th base. Very nicely done. Quick reaction by the Protoss side. They do manage to cancel it. On the left side, though, Clem's coming in, guys, and he's actually doing really well right now, but, uh-oh, the Adept Immortal with the Guardian Shield does nicely. He's going to pick up boost in the main on the left side. He's being held back as well. Oh, he's got to be careful, does Clem. Void Ray comes out as well. What a random choice, but that actually makes it really scary to poke back in here. Oh, and the Void Ray micro. That's a Mana Void Ray if I've ever seen one, guys. He picks up and boosts out. The Void Ray does get evaded somehow. My God, Clem is dancing on the edge of death right now. He is dictating where and when the fight's happening. And as long as he stays aggressive, he feels he can out micro the 800 APM triple group of players that he's playing against right now. Adept comes into the natural. Ghost is there as well. It gets cleaned up. Widowmine plus SCVs will take out these Adepts, but not without losses. Clem's down to 48 workers right now. He's been taking some very big losses. Another 12 workers have gone down in the last minute. But Harstem, Maxpax, and Mana do not have a 4th base. 2nd Robo goes down now. This is a very good game. With EMP in here, I do think it's a better army. For Clem, if he can get the surface area. You know, he's up 35 army supply. Hard to say it isn't. Double snipe on the Adept. A questionable choice. He doesn't have that many EMPs.
Someone controls the main army.
Maxpax.
Okay. Make Adepts, please.
Think we can keep it? No, we can't. I think we're dead, boys.
Yeah.
God, the
We
depths are
have
bad.
Decent supply though.
Yeah, but he's 4 base already. And we don't have decent supply anymore.
Okay.
Oh.
GG.
Ah,
GG!
feel like that.
Ah! Man, the only game we lose is when Kevin is macroing. I
This is
swear.
unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
I mean, it's always the same. Like, we lose to the Weaver.
Hello guys, alright, going into the next game. There's been a lot of talk for the Protoss Archon about how if they kill the Reaper, they win. If the Reaper does damage and doesn't die and scouts the tech, they lose. Problem, Maxpax sounds deathly serious when he's saying this. Harstem and Mana sound like it's a meme and they're joking. And I don't know if they're fully picking up on the fact that I think Maxpax is 100% serious. He said, guys, just kill the Reaper. Don't let it scout. We can't lose. And they're just like, no. They're just like, yeah, sure, buddy. I don't think he's going to let us magically just kill the Reaper. But I'm pretty sure Maxpax is like, if you let that Reaper in to scout the tech and let it kill a probe, like, we're dead. You need to stop the Reaper, man. This is great blocking. Oh, the double drilly did start to get some damage, but that command center was so delayed. I think against a single-player microing like that, you probably want to throw the command center off to the side. It's so delayed now that even an adept coming across the map could cause a fair bit of damage. So I don't think the CC will be done in time. So he's going Reaper into Reactor. Interesting. It's a two barracks. So he's doing a 2 barracks build again. He did that last game as well. He wants to put on more momentum. He wants to put them on the back foot. This is going to be exciting. Still no adepts, no disruptors, remember, in this best of 3 series. But boy, they have the micro, they have the APM and the attention. Now they've gone quick warp gate, which to me says Twilight Council. The hidden probe in the corner is an interesting move. You're not 3 gating, are you? No, Twilight Council does go down. Reaper does back off. Good moves here. I liked how Maxpax unironically said the Reaper is the most OP unit in the game as well. He's like, Reaper is the most broken unit in the game. And I'm like, he didn't sound like he was joking at all. Maybe he was being a little facetious, but I definitely feel he has an immense amount of respect for Clem's Reaper. Zerg players have definitely been afraid of Clem's Reaper for a long time. That man's first Reaper kills way more creep tumors than anyone else's. The Urubu comes over to bless the Adept. Oh, a little bit of good luck, guys. If the Adept comes straight up to your unit and bows to it, like a Pegasus in Harry Potter, then that knows you know you're gonna have a good time. If it just looks away and ignores you the whole time, things are gonna be bad.
Hellion's about to pop out.
When does the Hellion pop out?
Usually 320.
You know the
So
time?
he's now gonna try to go.
Yeah, he's pushing out the adept.
Yeah, so then usually Hellion comes by. If he has a Hellion. But I didn't see it.
No, I didn't see it yet.
Don't
I
go
had the
scout.
vision, so.
I think there's a reason why they didn't see the Hellion, guys. It's a 3 racks build. That Adept Shade, if it finishes, they will see the second and third or the second barracks, and they'll know something's up. But they haven't seen it yet, and they're going for they're going a DT drop, which is pretty good against this. Because there's no engineering bay yet and no factory to go towards Raven. And Clem is dropping mules like crazy. This could be a build order win. This is actually a kind of dirty build for them to mix in there. But I think they figure Raven is best in a 1v1, not in a 1v3. Because 1v3, they're always ready for the Raven. Which is why he stopped building the Raven, because he couldn't get any value out of it when there's 3 people managing Stalkers and Phoenix. So they're like, well, if you don't build a Raven by default, this suddenly becomes a good build again. This build hasn't been good for a while because people almost always build a Raven. But a great game sense. This is the power of having Maxpax on your team, is you just get free wins. Because if he drops a mule, he's dead. If he drops a mule, he's dead. If he drops a mule, he's dead. He sees it. He's good response. Notice how he's not using the scan, because he knows if he uses it, he could be in trouble.
Can't watch this anymore.
If he has 1 scan, okay.
Kill this.
He has no scan in the natural. So the scan is purely dependent on whatever's in
He
the
has
main.
1 main base. 1 base. He has a turret though.
I'm gonna warp in Stalkers.
All right. I mean, they know he's low on scan, trying to bait it out and then pick up as it scans. But Clem being very patient. He handled that quite well, guys. They do know it's a 3 racks. I know he said he's going to warp in Stalkers. So Maxpax is kind of letting them know, hey, guys, I'm warping in Stalkers. Because this is, you know, very, very important. I think MaxPax might be the one... Oh, who was controlling the Dark Templar drop? Oh, he tries to get the Archon morph recall, but he almost loses the Prism. The Archon goes down. Recall is not complete.
I did.
Okay, they're coming across.
Ladies, I apologize.
They get awfully silent when Clem starts doing well, guys. Losing those Archon. That Archon was a big problem. The Prism is trying to scare him right now. I like that Mana is trying to distract him. They know they cannot commit resources there, though. They've got Stalkers. Blink is kicking in just in time. And they've got a shield battery. I think they can defend. Clem, a bit slow to stim there. And honestly, battery overcharge plus Stalkers doing pretty well. Great micro and Immortal. Dude, perfect hold. Clem was worried about that Prism warping in Dark Templar. He actually didn't watch there. I don't know if I don't think a Dark Templar was warped in. I don't think anything was warped in, but Mana just, the way he's microing that Prism kind of made Clem look there for a bit more than he needed to. And that was an amazing way to get back in the game there. That defense was perfect.
Did I make too many failures? Yeah, I made one too many.
Okay, I killed some SCVs. He still has no 3rd CC.
I made Zealots.
We
can make Zealots.
No charge.
I don't know.
We need to cancel
I don't know
charge.
Send them into the idiot corner. This is the idiot corner. Oh, actually make him kill. Yeah, sure.
I forgot.
You know they're under pressure now, guys. They started making charge and warped into Zealots. Mana and Harstem called out MaxPax for that. They said, no charge. Quick, cancel charge. They've had to kill their own 2 Zealots. Remember, they are not allowed to build Disruptors or Zealots. That is the price they're paying for 3v1ing. So they had to cancel charge. They got to kill 2 of their own Zealots. I love it. You can see the pressure is really piling up. Clem's putting them in a position where they are on autopilot. They're kind of just playing very straight up. And oh, Clem just killed the Warp Prism there. And he'll have to scan to kill the DT, but worth it to get rid of that threat. He is down 14 workers, and they're starting at 4. So don't get me wrong, they've got a very good position economically, and they've got a +2 on the way. Problem, their army's not so great. They've got 2 Immortals, a handful of Stalkers, and a Sentry, and they've only got 1 Robo-building Colossus. Once they get 2 Colossus out, their army will become a lot stronger. But I think Clem is not too far behind. Even when I look at the worker count, don't get me wrong, that makes me feel bad for Terran. I go, oh god. But as long as he starts his +1 armor, moves the 3rd down, makes ghosts, I do still think there's a chance for play here. If he can cancel the 4th base, or at least stop them like transferring probes there, or get like 5-10 probe kills, something like that. If he can do something to either take a good fight soon, or slow down the economic buildup, that's where I think things can get pretty good. I definitely am curious to hear what those guys are thinking though. Are they winning? Are they losing? Remember, they can't build disruptors, and that's big.
Yes.
He's on the top.
I'll pick up reinforcements with these Stalkers.
Sure.
Okay, he has a 3rd base on the way, most likely.
Okay, I'm looking.
Move in with your Stalkers now.
He has a scouting marine. I see. They're watching.
I need a unit in the middle of the map, I think. So we have some vision there. I'll send a Stalker over. Okay. We just poke with Stalkers on 3 sides.
Lose him.
It's okay.
I need another forge. I'm gonna go 3 robotics facilities. Then I'm gonna go Immortals.
They're trying to figure out how to do this without making Zealots, and they've decided, hey, if we have 3 people microing Stalkers, MaxPax in the middle, Mana on the top, Harstem on the bottom, they can stretch out Clem's attention, and it's really annoying. And Clem is like, okay, I normally don't need to respond with this many units, but you guys are microing so perfectly, it's so annoying. Like, come on, man, get out of here. And he is down in supply, and they're getting past, I would say, the scariest point in the game, where they've now got 3 Colossus, 2 Immortals, and they've got 3 Robos building. I don't know if he can answer this unless he gets to range libs. And I don't know if Clem really ever plays range libs until he's got like 6 command centers. I actually think they're doing an excellent job this time of really putting Clem on the defense. That first 3 racks push, he lost so much momentum when he gave up a lot of the bio there without really getting any kills.
I'm going. I will recall probably.
Who's gonna control this army? I need you.
Yeah, if you want, you can move around with it. We're just having a good time with the Stalkers, man. You must be hella bored.
I cannot recall, no energy. Okay. He's completely out of position.
I'm gonna make DCs now.
DT's going to be joining the fray. Maxpax adding in all those things. The double forge is pumping as well. He's got +1 armor on the way. And the immortal count is growing like crazy. Remember, this is not the new balance patch, guys. So EMP is going to wreck those immortals when it lands on them. But there's still a 200 hit point, chassis underneath that shield and that barrier. Good dodge on that Widow Mine. DT does going to trickle in towards that base. I don't think he's got a turret on his natural. That's something they can be so annoying with, especially once they get Dark Templar Blink, which they've already got. Oh, that's so irritating. He will react pretty quickly. He's got to EMP it. EMP's his own Ghost, unfortunately, as well. But at least he gets rid of the Dark Shrine or Dark Templar. Dude, these Stalkers of Mana. Mana is so annoying. He's so annoying. You can't give this man free raid at all. He's so irritating.
I got the main army at the top. I need more stalkers. Here's a...
Holy crud. Sorry, guys. We can't listen to their comms. I got to talk about that army they're building. We took away the Zealot, and the Protoss player has actually built, or Protoss players have built an amazing army. That is so scary. He's got 6 Vikings, but how do you beat that? They're adding Storm as well now. I mean, this is so hard for Clem to deal with. They're also getting a Stargate transition ready, so if they have to go Tempest, say, to deal with range libs, they'll have something ready for that as well. It feels like Clem is just, he's under so much pressure start to finish, and oh my lord. It's kind of funny because we used to always say Terran players have such an unlimited skill ceiling with their micro, it's kind of insane. And they kind of do, but we're also saying that, dude, Protoss players, if they had unlimited APM and attention, look at what they can do. Wow, that immortal army is ridiculous, and Harstem is still harassing in the bottom with those Stalkers. Clem is just getting worn down and really utilizing those Colossus with their 9 range, looking fantastic. Finally, a Colossus falls. Oh, those Widow Mines just got killer shots. If he had like a good 20 Marines that could come in once the Colossus were gone and buffer, the SCVs are actually pretty good buffer versus the Immortals. He could do pretty good damage. Clem fighting like a beast. But unfortunately, this is only part of the army. If there were Zealot warp-ins, they'd be amazing right now. Of course, they have to warp in Stalkers. Great Prism micro here. Feels like Maxpax may have taken over control of the army on the top. No shade, Harstem and Mana. You guys are great, but that was immaculate army control. GG.
Yeah,
nice.
Easy win.
Well
and once again, Reaper did nothing. Easy win.
Yeah, exactly.
Well done, Max. Nice build.
Oh yeah, who macros?
Who macro? I think it's me this time. I don't have a build
Yeah,
though.
of course. Yeah, you macro.
But I don't have a build.
Don't worry about it. Just do what feels right, Mana.
Sure, I mean, that's how I play.
Yeah, so that's how you're gonna play now as well. It's gonna be easy win. I'm zero worried about you.
Let's go. I'm gonna play a secret build, okay?
Are they serious?
Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that. I lied.
Are they seriously letting Mana macro, guys? Oh, this is sick. I love it. I'm so excited. Thank you so much, Bruno, with the $76, by the way. Thank you so much, mate. Thank you so much. High five. Huge support for Pigfest, getting us above the 2K mark. Really appreciate the love. All right, guys, let's get into it. All right, guys. They're letting Mana macro. They said, we're ready. Start the game. I started, and they immediately said, oh, who's macroing? And they said, oh, I think it's Mana, right? It's Mana's turn. Mana hasn't macroed yet. And they're like, yeah, sure. And then Mana said, oh, but I don't have a build. Maxpax ominously silent at that comment. Harstem said, don't worry, just do what you feel like. Just go with the flow. It doesn't matter. Mana said, that's what I always do. Kind of pointing out that might be my problem in this matchup normally. We'll see how it goes. I love it. They're in the top right assist turn. Clem's in the bottom left. He said, hey, we didn't play this map yet. Let's play this. Even though I don't think it's his favorite map against Protoss because it's so big, Clem is like, let's just get some variety. He's being a great sport. I love how this series is going. This is going to be so much fun.
Poof.
Well, you got the scout, right? I'm not controlling that.
I'll have the scout.
Okay, you scout.
Yeah, after you tank a hit, you say, I get the scout. I see how it is. Oh, never mind. Okay, the CC went down. There's a 0 delay.
Disappointing.
Yeah, it's actually very disappointing. Here, go back hit.
Oh, they didn't even choose who was microing the scout until they got over there. Now he's going after the SCV, but the Reaper's about to come out. And Clem... Oh, he's tracking which direction the probe goes so he doesn't lose vision so the Reaper can kill it. That SCV is a tracker right now. He says, I'm not going to lose your scent, mate. Nice move by Clem. I was like, why is he missing build time on his command center? He decided he needed to get revenge. I love it. I love it. He gets himself a probe kill for a little bit of his own mining time. Starts a bunker. He's already got the factory up. And then, of course, the second gas slightly delayed to get the bunker up, as is standard in this matchup. Really solid opening for Clem. And yeah, I mean, they talk so much about the scout being so important, but they didn't block the command center at all, and they lose the probe. Great start, but Clem tried to jump up just after the shade finished, and that at least forces the adept to save at home, but he's got to be careful. Like, the way he hangs around like this is so dangerous, man. But he has enough regen to survive one adept hit, so it's actually okay. He'll take one hit, and he'll just have to regen, and comes back a little bit later. But the man knows his timings. Twilight Council is on the way. It's going to be a blink opening again with a very quick second gate. Is it just me, or is that second gate even earlier than normal, guys? That went down at like 2 minutes 35 or something like that. Very, very quick. Very safe opening. Robo goes down before a blink. I like that. That gives you the early observer. And it does feel kind of like Clem's gone away from Ravens this game. Oh, they went Sentry. That's why. Oh, I don't know if he saw that or not. The Sentry hallucinating the Oracle.
Yes.
Colossal drop. Colossal drop. Colossal drop.
Yeah,
Colossal
for
drop.
sure. What do you say? Okay, what am I?
All right, guys. Oh, okay. He realizes now it's a fake, does Clem. Mana was going to go Disruptor drop. He said, okay, guys, I'm doing a Disruptor drop, going with Feel, as we said at the start. Harstem promptly reminded him, yeah, we can't do that. Remember, no Zealots, no Disruptors. And Mana said, Colossus drop? And Harstem said, yeah, let's do that. So they're going to go for a Colossus drop, which is an amazing build against a 3-racks. And I think it's very... It can be okay versus other things. It's a little dicey. It is a little dicey, especially if it's Blink into Colossus drop. That is a... I guess this is a more well-rounded opening in a way, but man, this is a weird build. This is definitely a Mana build, guys, in terms of this does not look like something Maxpax would do. It looks like something that just popped into a Protoss player's mind. It's not inherently bad, but it's just going to have slightly more odd timings. And the thing is, that's going to make it harder for Clem to respond to as well. Second and third barracks on the way, Ravens on the way, and let's listen to the boys.
I mean, I only need 3 adepts. Yeah, you only need 3 adepts. For one Shelly.
Mine drop in the natural.
Okay. We have no units there, though.
No, 2 stalkers in the main.
I don't have any money.
Ah!
Oh, we lost.
We're not mining in the natural, guys.
Incredible micro there by Clem, getting the maximum amount of distraction. Their Stalkers did not want to pull. They were having trouble. The player in the natural who was pulling the probes, I assume was Mana, was kind of like, guys, like, you know, I can keep running the probes away, but I can't put them back to mine if he just keeps on burrowing. The Adepts do shade in, though. They're going to grab 3 SCVs. Unfortunately, he clicked on the depot there for a moment. We'll take out a 4th, and then those Adepts will get taken out. 4 SCVs for 2 Adepts is a very good trade for the Protoss. New Widowmine drop comes in, though, and you can see a bit of chaos here. Disorganization on the defense. The Widowmine will have to fire now. Oh, he goes for another unburrow. That was very greedy, but it denies even more mining. Still ends up getting the probe. Clem with some slick micro there.
I think so too, guys.
Oh, that's sad.
This is what happens when I macro. Second Colossus is out. Necessary.
Should I just move across the map with Blink Stalkers? So one guy with a Colossus, the other with Blink Stalkers? Except we only have 2.
Yeah.
Or else a supply block.
No, it's okay.
I saw a drop. I think it's gonna head here. I need more
Raven,
Stalkers.
it's Raven, no?
Oh, yeah, might be.
Good call by Mana there, realizing that was a Raven that got spotted, but it actually, I like it. He got spotted, so Clem just pulls it back. And that forces them to defend a little bit. He sees the Observer. Unfortunately, he's not watching because the Colossus is there. But 2 Vikings are out, respecting the Colossus, and he's got to unload. Unload, you to unload! Who's microing the Colossus drop?
This is disaster, guys. An absolute disaster.
That's true.
Oh, Raven is back. What's our Colossus count? 1?
Yeah, we lost one, so.
We need some
second one's on
sentries,
the way.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm making them.
Max, you do main army. I take the 4 stalkers and pray.
We don't have any stalkers either. Oh, we do. Maybe.
They're in trouble right now. They're in trouble. Maxpax has the army. Harstem has these 4 stalkers. Oh my lord. The patience from Clem. He didn't waste his matrix. He's still got 2 matrices left, but he's got to keep the Raven alive. It gets shot down. Great snipe. Harstem got the snipe on the Raven. It did get 1 matrix off. Good force fields. Oh my god. And there's no Medivacs here. The Medivacs have just arrived. Amazing force fields. Maxpax once again shows that he is a wizard. The Wizard of Oz, the Wizard of Protoss.
There could be a drop in the main base now.
I'm going to leave these guys unmuted for now, guys, and just kind of speak over them a little bit so I don't miss anything. They might be losing this series. It's a lot of units there.
Okay. I have the Colossus in the natural.
Still microing the Colossus there, but the bio's on top of the main base. That battery only going to buy so much time.
Need stalkers here. Just make 2. I'll make 1 for you.
Maxpax right now calling for more Stalker Whoopings down at the 3rd. He doesn't want to step on his toes, and oh, Clem loses a full Medivac on the way out. That's costly. The Medivac count being very low is Clem's biggest weakness right now. On the other hand, he's almost even on workers. He's got a 3rd up, and as long as he...
Okay, we only have 1. We only have 1 right now. That's making 2 Stargate carrier.
Oh, they're gonna
go base.
There's no way.
Oh my god. Okay, I think Maxpax was he just making fun of Mana for suggesting going double forge? He was like, I think basically Mana was like, okay, we need forges, I'm gonna get forges. Maxpax was like, that's going carriers on 4 base or something? I didn't fully understand that comment, but I love the whole thing there where he's like, I don't know if it was serious or not. It sounds insane to try and go carriers right now, but I have seen Maxpax do that when he feels he's behind against Clem, turtle up with carriers and try to make a crazy comeback. 4th base goes down! Good snipe there by Clem. I think Maxpax realizes you're not going to fight him in the open. Oh, Widow Mine Drop comes in. Good defense with the Stalkers, though. Harstem's on it, and he's not going to take too much damage. Guys, what a game we've got on our hands. This is actually really exciting now, because the thing is, it's getting to late game where they should be able to micro more, but with what? When they're on the back foot like this, they can't really get out there with a pack of Stalkers and pick units off. Clem has them pretty well pinned, especially if we can get some more Widow Mines out, but oh, Harstem! Killer instinct from Harstem. He sees the drop. Clem did not see that he was spotted, and he's going to lose it. Oh, great snipe by Harstem. Oh, man, that there is the power of having a 6'4" tall Dutch man on your side. He used the Stalker with the Colossus to kill the Widow Mine. He didn't have detection up here, so he moved his Stalker over that little pockmark on the ground, targeted the Stalker, and just used its shields to clear it up. Wow. Oh, wow. They're really bullying Clem back, even though their army is smaller right now. Those Colossus are unsupported. They were way out in the middle of them open, but because all their attention can go to one thing at a time, they are getting away with murder. And that's the thing which I'm like, man, Clem's doing so well this game, but he's got to be careful. Observer sees it. He's going to get 1 Stalker, but the other one's recall. Great plays, and that Observer there is paying dividends.
Yeah.
Nice.
We just split one of the sentries. We don't need 3 at the same time.
Okay.
What?
Yeah,
like
we
3
need
at the same time is too much.
Give me a Colossus.
Clem finally gets revenge on that Observer.
Oh.
Widow Mine gets cleaned up once again with the friendly fire.
Yeah.
They've got a big economy. Their army's still weak, though.
I'm on the way.
Oh, this is expensive for Clem. I don't know if this is the right move. He's going to have to trade out for the Stalkers right now. The pullback on the Stalkers there was perfectly timed.
There's an attack at the top as well.
Clem lost a whole army to that base snipe. He'll kill another Nexus, but this is too expensive. If he had a 4th up, I'd be okay with these trades.
Do I keep main army, or you want them next?
I want the Stalkers. You can have the main army.
There's a little bit of army in the main base if you want.
Alright, so Maxpax is actually taking the Stalkers. He wants to roam with that. Down the bottom. He wants Harstem to control the main army. I think because he feels he could be more active and he really wants to get in the face of Clem. I think one thing I've noticed from Maxpax is like right from game 1, he was calling for more aggression once they got to the mid to late game. Whereas I think because he's so in his opponent's face, the moment he gets to like mid to late game in PvT, even with small groups of units, I think he just realizes that the moment you give them freedom, they'll run all over you.
3 times.
Yeah, I know you did.
What did they say?
What's this?
I need an army here. And then observer
Yes,
here.
sir.
Fourth base getting established right now. Fifth command center's on the way. 2-2 upgrades for Terran. 2-2's just started for Protoss. Those upgrades are good, man. That could definitely set Clem up for a nice fight. So far, they've been very good, though, at never letting him surround them. Like, their map vision is immaculate. That is what they're doing such a good job of, is they never get surprised. And I've started to see more and more how Terran relies on surprising Protoss players. You know, Protoss does tend to have the answers if they can multitask and micro perfectly, but they do struggle with that in these high-pressure situations. But with 3 players, maybe?
We're oversaturated. Third base.
Yeah.
I don't see where these... Oh, these are the stocks from me. Nice, thanks.
You control, you control.
Yes, sir.
I'm getting a sensor tower.
Maybe.
This is a good fight so far.
Are you fine here?
Dude, these force fields are insane. You don't normally see force fields so impactful at this stage, but he actually did a really good job of cycling those 5 or 6 sentries in and out. And look at that. Whenever the bio army is trying to force a fight one directionally, it's not working. Not versus that many Colossus. If he has like 13 Vikings, he could do it. It sounds silly to have 13 Vikings, but that is 5 Colossus. You need at least 10 Vikings there, and he is going to go up to 13. In fact, he's building 4 more. So 13 Vikings it will be. 3-3 on the way for Terran. There's still observers out, and that's what, yeah, he's doing a good job of trying to clear them. And that is giving him a bit of an advantage. But look at this, Dark Templar. Oh, they're going to be such a problem. Luckily, he does have a Marauder there, which can tag it. The Viking's going to land as well to gun that down. Great anticipation. Tries to blink past, but the Warlock gets him. Clem, so quick, man. He's so quick. APM just under 800 this time for the Protoss team. Oh, he catches him out of position just a little bit. Gets the Nexus. Force fields have been pretty good, and he traps a bunch of the Bio Ghost again. That Bio does need to pull back. Oh, good EMPs. He's going to get rid of the battery overcharge. The Vikings going to take out the Colossus. Finally, Clem finds an opening. Any holes a goal for this Terran army. The Force fields once again keeping it back. I've never seen people use Force fields so consistently so well, but because they don't have Zealots or Disruptors, they are really relying on other tools that you normally don't see Protoss players use. And that was an amazing fight at the start for Clem, and then it turned amazing for Harstem and the Protoss boys once again, and some pretty big losses here for Clem. Luckily, he keeps his Vikings alive, but with Storm coming in and that immortal count regrowing, that's a big problem. Wait, there's still 3 Colossus? I thought he killed them all. There's still 3 Colossus. Oh no, Clem. This is just so ridiculously hard, dude. He's putting up such a good fight. But even without Disruptors and Zealots, and I like his respect as well. He said, look, with 3 people controlling everything, I don't know if this is possible. I really love that he had the respect to say that and be humble, and you can see why. As we get to the late game, it is insane what you could do with 3 pros controlling one team.
Okay, I got everything there.
I'll try to do something with the DTs.
Please do.
So guys, apparently Harstem said, look, there's 20 Vikings, the Colossus are dead, there's no reason to use them. And he actually hid the Colossus in that last fight. Apparently he said that in the conversation, which is so smart.
What is Word of Mines?
There's more DTs, by the way, Maxpax on the right side.
He's sending the Vikings
He's
back
getting
on.
Liberators.
That's good.
Why doesn't the blink button work?
That's so funny. Why doesn't the blink button work? Maxpax is like, what the hell, man? Something's going on with his keyboard or something, and Harstem's just cackling. There's something so funny about that. Oh, 3-3 is now finished for Terran, so maintaining a double upgrade advantage. He's also got advanced ballistics and 3 libs building at a time. I mean, lib range is going to be amazing. How these fights happen, it's going to be hard to coordinate with 2 players fighting versus 1 as the battles get really big, so they really need to keep harassing and fighting in 2 places at once. Notice Clem is really always so good at this. He always uses his Vikings to land at home and saves them until later. And you see, then when he sees they've rebuilt Colossus, he brings them back to the front. They had so many Colossus, 3 died, but there was already 6 out, which is why 3 survived. Oh, Command Center kill goes down!
Lose high temper all the time. Usually I don't even hit anything.
Liberator harass. We are maxed out, goddammit.
Cancel. Prism or something. just kill some of my own stalkers. Here you go, bud.
Yeah.
You have 10 idle workers.
Let me control War Prism with Storm drops, okay? Kev?
Yeah, sure. You do whatever.
All right, Mana wants the Storm drop. Dark Templar hitting the natural. There are layered turrets there, thankfully. You can see these Dark Templar are getting to be very annoying. Oh, he misses the EMP. The Blink dodges it. Oh, these Dark Templar harass are getting so good, guys. I think he just killed something in there. Some building. I don't know if it's just depots or what. Armory's going to go down. No +3 ship weapons for you. Oh, yes, it is. Saves it. Command Center lifts. Good SCV repair. The Immortals, though. Immortals are planetary annihilators. Oh, but the Viking Lib! The Viking Lib! Oh, the Storm! Big Storm on the air units. Does it matter, though? Clem whips out his big Terran gun and gives it to him.
Engaging. I wasn't there with the Storm drop.
Yeah, I didn't think I was engaging either. I thought the army was way further back. I thought it was chasing the DTs. Maybe we can hold?
No.
Okay, this setup is real nice. I'm just gonna run around with Stalkers now. Let's just play Stalker High Templar. Stalker High Templar
sure?
DT. Yeah, I mean, I think
You
it's
don't want
best.
Colossus?
Like, we need to be super mobile for a little bit. I can maybe clear this.
I will do some Storm drop on the economy, maybe.
Oh, so I really like this. They're saying we need to be really mobile. We can't just get clumped up. Like, we don't have disruptors. We've got to be kind of running around, getting him to move, and that's where we're going to land storms, is when we catch him clumped up, moving from one base to another. Blink in, sniper in orbital, sniper planetary, drop some storms, and that sort of stuff. This is awesome. This storm, High Templar comes in from the left, gets a decent storm there. Where's the Warp Prism, guys? Well, it doesn't exist. The Warp Prism's dead. I think Mana needs a new Prism. There's 2 more High Prisms building, more High Templar. Guys, Clem... you take the disruptor away, and yeah, like without that disruptor, it's such a thing where, like, all through the mid game, it feels like they've been outplaying and overwhelming, and now Clem's like in the late game, and he's like, hey, hold on a second, you don't have the disruptor. Like, I can play a big macro game here. I could actually beat you in these later situations. Mana's very good, but I don't think he has energy. He just dropped a High Templar that didn't have 75 energy. Lucky another one comes in from the left. I don't think he's got Storm on these yet. Maybe? Oh, he's got one in there. So the thing is, the first unit to load is the first to unload as well. So you always want to load your high energy units in first so you can use those spells straight away. Cute little tip for anyone out there. Ooh, big EMPs and stuff. Yeah, a few feedbacks land, but he's fine with that. Clem is diving like a mad lad. Still Dark Templar being annoying. How is he handling this? How is Clem handling this? The man is at 424 APM. I was talking to him yesterday, and he was saying how he doesn't think he's that fast. What are you talking about, Clem? You're the only Terran in the world that could do this. It's like, oh, I think Bjorn and Maru are about as fast as I am. And I was like, there's no way anyone in the world clicks as fast as you do. What are you doing? You're up against an 833-man Protoss of the best players in the world, and you're friggin' harassing with libs. You're defending Dark Templar in 4 bases at once. There's a giant pack of Stalkers roaming. Half your units are Siege unit, Widow Mines, libs, and Ghosts that need to cast spells to be effective in battle. You're somehow still managing this. I don't even know how. Like, what? How are you keeping pace and winning? Oh, it's because it's imbalanced. You know what's imbalanced? Clem's gigantic clicking finger. My lord, he's such a beast, man. This is, guys, he's going to win the next 10 TVPs he plays in tournaments after this. Storm's going all over the bio there. Oh, but the Prism does get shot down. He's got to pull back, let those units heal up on the medevacs. The Dark Templar trickle has been excellent.
A couple of Colossus are out if you need it. I'm gonna do Storm. Wait, he's moving his SCVs to the south side.
I need a one
Some
DT.
DTs. There's DTs there.
DTs for you,
I think
buddy.
you should
I
make too
cleared
many.
no, not all turret.
All right, guys, they're starting to level up their annoyingness. Storm drop on the top and DT in the main, which he keeps blinking out to safety, and the Stalker squad on the right. they're playing like proper dickheads now. And that's exactly what you should be doing in this scenario. They're being proper dickheads. You can tell Clem is starting to make a few small, I don't even know if you call them mistakes, but they are putting him in a position where he has to micro 3 things in 3 places at once, non-stop for like 2 minutes straight. And it's not physically possible. Like, you simply cannot be clicking in 2 different areas of the map at the same time. It doesn't matter how good you are at swapping between them. He's been making do as best he can, but you can see he's got to bring his whole army up here now. And that's where the Storm Drop could find some big avenue. Unfortunately, he's low on that Storm energy. Oh man, this Dark Templar still trickling into all of his bases. They're being so annoying. They might force Clem to all in, and that's where the Storms could land big doo-doos. Vikings coming forward, Stalkers doing what they can. Ambush Templar on the right side. Beautiful size Storm there. Even feedbacks a Ghost. There's still a Dark Templar in the main. It's killing the armory. And you see Clem, he feels like he's kind of got to do something here. And I do think by putting them on the defensive, it's going to force their APM away. Even with 3 players, it's going to be hard for them to organize. Who's on the defense? Are you still controlling that Storm Drop? Your High Templar died. Do you warp in your High Templar or not? Unfortunately, though, the Dark Templars are just such a pain in the buttocks. And I'd also, obviously, oh no! Giant Storms! Mana was looking for this for so long. And he says, time for your bath time. Comes in with another Storm Drop from the left. Brutal.
Let's go.
Oh, buddy.
Disgusting.
There's a Liberator on the left side.
That is not fair.
But they
That's
have
an
Phoenix
illegal
somewhere.
move.
We lost it, right? We had 2.
Lame.
That is an illegal move.
Holy crap. I don't have any hotkeys set up, honestly.
Oh my
Okay, I cleared the
god.
Liberator.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Was it 2 prisms or 3? It was
That's
3.
also
It's
Protoss.
3 separate Storm Drops, guys. I think each player had one.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a bit too far forward. here.
So disgusting.
Man, the fact that Clem is skipping out for such a long time is insane, to be honest.
850 APM Protoss.
There's
This
SCVs on
is
the
so
front
unfair. He's gonna punish the army a little bit. His bio is so damaged though. Another Storm Drop takes out the limbs
Just
and the
keep seeing
mineral
more
line.
prisms and random units being sent in. It's so crazy.
So unfair.
Yeah, he's playing a really sick game.
Yeah.
I love that Harstem's
We
complimenting
don't
Clem in the middle of
compliment
this.
our opponents.
Only
don't
Clem could
compliment
survive
our
this long.
opponents. No, it shows that you're better, you know? It's like, oh, you're such a good boy. It's like how you talk with like a younger child. Like, oh, so well done, you know?
But we still
Damn,
won.
buddy. Yeah, you know, you tried hard and you even had some good moves. Oh,
They sing a
micro
plan
so hard against those storms. God. That sure must be. We need some more gas for more DTs.
Why do you have so
I'm not
many
even sure if we're winning.
Are we even
Okay,
winning?
yeah.
They're spending so
You
much
don't
gas
think?
on this Dark Templar, High Templar spam. They need to mine these corners out to make it work, guys.
Okay,
Maybe
DTs,
we
let's
can
go.
make like a 10 DGs in Korea. You can have
Yeah.
army in the bottom.
Oh, this is such an incredible game. This worked out so much funner than I even possibly thought, guys. What a trooper Clem is. He is going to be so stressed. I guarantee you, we got to get him on interview. His eyes are going to look haunted after this. Like, he is going to look like a man who's just been through the like most gruesome war ever. He's just like, do you know what it's like, man? Like, he's going to have PTSD about Storm Drops for weeks. He's going to be stronger for it, but at what cost to his humanity and his soul, I do not know. He does take out a base in the top left. Dude, he's doing a pretty good job. He even gets the repair almost instantly here, unfortunately. Oh, he loses it. I mean, he's got so many orbitals, it might not matter that much. Nice recall. Oh, they get a base on the bottom as well. That's huge. That's huge. That's most of Clem's mining saying goodbye. Protoss mining is not that big because they lost this base, this base. This base has been denied by a Liberator. That single Phoenix is tickling it down. There's still a giant Terran army. The income is not that different. How? How are they doing? How is Clem fighting this well? Oh, another High Templar, but it goes down. All it does is damage a few units.
We didn't get
He
it.
defends. He defends. Okay, this is close. If he can get on top of this army, they're in trouble.
they're
They've
trying to
still
flank
got-
you.
The Templars. Coming.
I mean,
Prism's coming in. Prism's coming in. Watch out. Watch out, Clem. Oh, he's going to move south to get away from it, but that speed prism drop comes in. He just dropped 3 EMPs on the prism. You can tell he's like, oh god, get away from me, you dirty Protoss. Get your filthy storms away from me,
Yeah,
you
no,
filthy
this
ape.
is-
But they will not stop, and they
Maybe
will
it's
not
not.
stop.
I've
The
not stopped.
lasers The storms!
Don't
Brutal!
engage. Just go back.
Oh my god. Clem lost his patience after 27 minutes of 1v3. They played
Lord,
so
Terran,
evil.
Let's go. Holy crap, that was insane. Man, we nearly lost it,
it's
actually.
so hard.
That's right. Yeah.
No
That was sick.
disruptors.
No
Probably
disruptors.
should have gone into carriers at some point.
It's possible to win PvP without disruptors and zealots. You only need 6 hands. It's fine.
How did he survive that long? I'm going to try and get Clem back in the call straight away because
Yeah.
I feel like this man, like he's got to be haunted. That triple storm drop was so disgusting, mate. Oh my god. That was... Yeah, he was actually, even at the end, before he chased that army at the end, he was still like even or ahead in supply, like very close the whole time.
Yeah, his
That
army was sick. Like
crazy.
if he could like use his army with 4 hands or 6 hands like we do, I think we would have lost the engagements. Like it was insane. His army was so big.
Hello, hello.
Hello, bonjour.
Bonjour. Siema.
Siema.
What did you just do, Clem? How? How?
This, the DTs, oh god. They made my life so hard. I had like 1 DT permanently in my main base and I could never kill it because I was running out of time. Oh my god. I'm not sure who was controlling that one, but he was doing a damn good job.
Thanks.
I think Maxpax was always controlling DTs.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were always escaping those. That was very hard to deal with.
That was a
I was doing
proper
the storm
douche
drops and
Templar,
macro.
man.
Yeah, Storm Drops also made you win the fights because the army with the disruptors is not that good, but the Storm Drops were very good.
Yeah.
I liked the Harstem call in the mid game, like kind of early late game, where you were like, oh, we need to just play Mass Stalker Storm and like be really mobile. Because then the Stalker squad as well, like you got DTs in the back, you've got Storm Drops roaming, and then there's like 25 Stalkers just running around killing shit. It's like really hard.
Yeah, the Stalker multitask is also very, very strong. It's what killed me on Babylon. I couldn't really deal with it.
Clem, you honestly, I feel like we just picked you up, put you inside like a washing machine for like a heavy spin cycle. You know, like you must be exhausted. That was one of the craziest games. Chat was exploding the whole time. Even Harstem and Maxpax and these guys on the call were just kind of like, how is he still alive? Like, what's he doing? He's doing so well. Like, you're not meant to be able to do that for that long. But you also are the psychopath who chose Ancient Cistern as the last map just because, like, hey, we didn't play Ancient. And you just, like, that was crazy. So chat has been losing their minds. Everyone has been like, how are you still alive? We think you may be a much stronger player after today's games in TVP, but you may have given up part of your soul after being storm dropped and hit by Dark Templar that many times. What do you reckon?
Oh yeah, man, that was very tiring for sure. That was extremely tiring. Right now I feel like I just did like I don't know. I feel like I played like 25 games or like 30 games, but I actually played like 7 of them. It's actually such a insane experience playing against like an archon because you realize how much like stuff you can do, you know? Because I feel like we're not really usually. I don't know. I feel like I'm not really aware of like how much stuff I can do if I'm technically like insanely good. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. Even just one like Protoss controlling the Phoenixes all the time is so annoying. Like I have to take so much care of my medevacs and stuff, and I pretty much can never drop and stuff like that. And every time I tried to drop, it was always getting caught. I was like, how?
Yeah, man. It's like there's so many moments where it's just like you can tell they're microing something and you realize in a normal 1v1 that means that's all they're doing and that's all they're looking at. And in this case you're like, that means nothing, that doesn't tell me anything.
Yeah,
like
you
the
can
fact that
feel
there's a prism just
yeah.
zigzagging back and forwards in my main base doesn't tell me anything about what else is happening in the game.
Yeah, like they could be doing so much stuff at the same time as well.
Yeah, I think I was really expecting you to crumble to the Dark Templar a lot sooner, but you were doing such a good job. You cleaned up probably 50 DTs in that game, but they did a really good job of like just kind of keeping it up and then just like rotating around, and basically it was like a thing where I felt like you actually were winning the game for maybe 5 to 10 minutes in the late game, And like they just basically kept applying the pressure, and I was like, there's no way you can keep up. And then you kept up, and you kept up. Like even at the very end of that game, before the last fight, it was still so close. Even though they killed some bases, you'd killed some of theirs. So just hats off to you, man. That was like such a good viewer experience. And thank you, MaxPax Harstem Mana. You guys played like legends. I loved like dipping into the call constantly and just hearing you guys have a giggle and, you know, sometimes get a bit more serious, sometimes having a bit of a laugh. The ongoing meme, Clem, since you didn't get to hear any of it, was that if the Reaper scouts or gets any damage, like if the scout goes well, that decides the entire game.
And honestly, it's like that for 1v1 as well a lot of times. Like if the Reaper does well, then it becomes much easier for the Terran for sure.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. If you don't know if it's like Stargate or Twilight as well, right? That's just really annoying.
Yeah. That is true.
That was
luckily we
badass.
were able to snipe a couple of these Reapers. But it turns out when you have 6 hands, it's easier to deal with that.
Shame Clem has to go. We can't do the turn.
Yeah, no, I don't. It's Dot just said it's a shame Clem has to go. We can't do like the reverse. There's no way. After that, Clem needs a cold beer. He needs a massage. He needs a little bit of a break, I think. Anyway,
I need to relax a little bit.
That was legendary. Thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate you guys hopping in and doing something very experimental and different. Yeah, thank you so much, guys.
Yep.
Okay.
It was fun to play.
Our pleasure.
GG's.
GG's.
Have a good night, everybody.
Yeah, thank you. GG's.
Good night.
Laters, guys.
Bye bye.